Row number 3 to the inside. Driving Karen. Yes, she will ask for your manager later. That is the 29J of Greg Hammond. And to his outside, that is the 7. That car last Thursday night down at Test and Tune in Denison was being shaken down by the Sioux City Slayer, Cody Thompson. That is Wayne Becker.
29J Greg Hammond, a Racers for Autism representative, as we are green here with your SportMods. Sean Harker going to lead the field down into 1 and 2. Crossover move and 3 deep off turn number 2. Harker, Kramer, and Beatty, your top 3 right now. Rounding out the field, though, we got 3 deep as contact between Becker and Hammond.
It is Sean Harker with the early advantage. Michael Kramer second. Kirk Beatty in third as they run right now. As they sling it back down into turn 1 once again. 4 laps to go in this heat race. Harker starting to pull away. Very, very fast. Last week was just not quite able to seal the deal as he had problems in the feature. But still very, very quick, and he's showing he is still quick tonight as he is once again pulling away from Michael Kramer. Kramer and Beatty second and third, and we just escaped death because there was a Swift truck out there on the interstate, but I digress. It is 2 laps to go. Sean Harker, Michael Kramer, and Kirk Beatty.
Sharks swimming to a victory, hopeful here in heat race number 1. 40 car out with a race lead, Kramer in second. As 21 car of Beatty in third. Wayne Becker, Brody Spring, and Greg Hammond. As checker flag and fly, this time by swimming to victory. That is a Shark of Sean Harker. In the 40 car, Mike Kramer in second of the 53. Beatty in third. Wayne Becker, Brody Spring, and Greg Hammond rounding out your field. Once again, a big thank you to Bonine Garage Doors for sponsoring not only your IMCA Modifieds, the big brother to the SportMods, but also for sponsoring tonight here as well as Savannah Hins.
She is a proud KW Siouxland Keller Williams realtor. Green flag is out, and we're 3 wide right off the bat. That was Price. That was the 96B of Brian Long and the T1 of Rusty Montag, and we're still trying to now go 4 wide, Scotty, as they're going through 3 and 4. It is going to be Rusty Montag by a quarter of a car length taking the lead for the first lap. It is now the 11 of Austin Price, the T1 of Rusty Montag, as things have shaken out. Third place right now is Norquist, as Daniel Woodall starting to fall back. He is now back into the clutches of the 25X of Joe Fayen, and we want to welcome everybody on the Advantage Racing TV Facebook live stream. You'll be here for just a little bit so you can get a taste of the action from the new Raceway Park. Make sure you get your subscription for the night and watch all the action on AdvantageRacing.tv.
Meanwhile, Towhead Rusty Montag, your 2020 track champion, a feature winner last week, leading heat race number 2 here for your professional concrete SportMods. Captain Goulash, Austin Price running in that second place spot as the field gets assigned 2 laps ago. Keegan Nordquist over the 10 and the NF1 fabrication, NF1 chassis car to the inside of the 11 of Austin Price. 25 of Joe Fayen is in your top 4. Daniel Woodall rounding out your top 5. White flag is out one more time around the new Raceway Park.
Looks like Captain Goulash not gooey enough, so Keegan Norquist said, let me show you what gooey goulash looks like as he passes by. But picking up where he left off last week, Rusty Montag is going to take the win. Keegan Norquist second, Austin Price third. Fourth is going to go to the 25X, Joe Fayen, and Daniel Woodall is going to round out the top 5.
Brian Long rounding out your field. That'll do it for heat race number 2 for your professional concrete sport modifieds. You've noticed a few changes here, one of them being the booth that PJ and myself are now sitting in. We have to say a big thank you to Steve Corrali and team here as he is popping in the booth here. A great new addition here shielded from the sun and the wind as we are going green with heat race number 3 of your IMCA Northern SportMods.
Luke Jackson will take the early advantage. Dawson March sitting there in second. Looks like, hard to see it, but it looks like possibly the 2G of Jeff Olson sitting there in third as they come through. It's going to be Luke Jackson leading lap number 1. The 2X Dylan Vanderlaan is going to be sitting in that 4th place spot, and the 79W Bill Wagner rounding out the top 5. Right now, Luke Jackson with a decent advantage as Dawson March is going to push. That's going to allow Jeff Olson to get by him for that 2nd place spot, as March now going to go from the high side to the low side, trying to get back underneath that 2G of Olson. But right now it's all happening behind the 6 of Luke Jackson, your leader.
Right as you speak, though, PJ, side by side for the race lead. New race leader, that is 2G of Jeff Olson. Jeff Olson from 3rd up to the top spot right now as Luke Jackson goes around and into the infield. Still green flag out on the raceway. Jeff Olson, your race leader. Dawson March in the 5M as we have 2 laps to go. 79W Bill Wagner running in 3rd. 4th is the 2X of Vanderlaan. And Luke Jackson rounding out your top 5. White flag coming out this time by PJ.
RJ Merchant said that Jeff Olson was going to win the Sport Mod feature tonight. Well, he's about ready to take his first step to that as he is leading the heat race. He is going to come down the backstretch, going into 3 and 4. Sizable advantage over the 5M of March, and it is going to be Jeff Olson with the win. Dawson March in 2nd. The 79W Bill Wagner in 3rd. 4th is going to be the 2X of Dylan Vanderlaan, and recovering to finish in the top 5, the 6 of Luke Jackson.
Nick Miner, the 68M, will round out your field.
Wayne Becker on the pole. To his outside looks like Brody Spring, Greg Hammond. Not sure who's to his outside right there, as we don't really have a lineup for this.
Dan Woodle to the inside of row 3.
I also see the 2X right there. That is Dylan Vanderlaan. The 68 M, Nick Miner.
Brian Long in there as well, a 96B car.
Also see the 25X, Joe Fayen.
Luke Jackson around, and we've got Wayne Becker upstairs.
As well as Brian Long, and also the 68M of Nick Miner.
Yes, Nick Miner.
From Bonine Garage Doors, and a deck of playing cards from Savannah Hins. The question is this: up until right before Boone Supernats last year, what was Matt Bonine's number on his modified? What was Matt Bonine's number on the modified before Supernats last year when he changed it? For a shirt and a deck of cards, come get them.
As green flag flies off turn number 4, this time by Greg Hammond. 29J Karen out with the race lead. We got cars around going into the infield once again off turns 1 and 2. Greg Hammond with the race lead here in this Sport Mod Trophy Dash. As caution flag is going to fly. Dan Woodle out there. And then the 25 of Joe Fayen, 25X. Wayne Becker in the 7 car. His car's doubling up. We're going back to green flag racing. Oh, we're going to put him 3 deep off turn number 4. Greg Hammond still with a race lead here for your trophy dash. Brody Spring running second. Look at Dan Woodle to the outside. Trying to get the run off turn 2 side by side. Fayen also in the 25X. Tuck tail behind the 27S of Brody Spring. Side by side for second. Dan Woodle trying to get into the battle. 3-car battle now for second place. Greg Hammond pushed a little in 1 and 2. Hammond still with the race lead here in this trophy dash with 5 coming to 4 laps to go. This time by Fayen and Spring for your second place spot as caution comes out. Car around in turn 2. Okay, single file restart here for your trophy dash for your professional concrete IMCA SportMods. Greg Hammond leads them back to the green. Hammond and Spring running 1 and 2. Fayen running in that third place spot. Luke Jackson and Dan Woodle rounding out your top 5. Wayne Becker around to the bottom of turn 2. Gets her back going. We're still lean, mean, and green. 3 laps to go, this time by Greg Hammond, still with a race lead. Brody Spring, Joe Fayen out of Platts Mouth, Nebraska. Dan Woodle, Luke Jackson, your top 5. Green flag high in the air, 2 laps to go. Greg Hammond starting to check out ever so slightly in that 29J car. Brody Spring in second as caution flag flies. We got a car around in turn number 4.
All right, so here's the update, ladies and gentlemen. All of the Bow 9 Garage Door shirts, the Bow 9 Garage Door hat, come on up here while supplies last. We're just going to give it away.
And Smiley's the first one at the gate. Why am I not surprised? All right, coming back to the green flag here. Green-white checkered here in your trophy dash. Greg Hammond. Oh, Brody Spring got a better start that time. Slide job in 1 and 2 from Brody Spring to Greg Hammond. Hammond crossover move now off turn number 2. Coming into turn 3, Spring with the advantage. Hammond wants it to the inside of 27 as Fayen still there as well. Woodle and Jackson battling it out for 4th and 5th. White flag is out one more time around the new Raceway Park. Spring with the race lead. Here comes Hammond and Fayen. Spring, though, into turn 3 for the final time. Into turn 3, off of turn 4. He will be your trophy dash winner. Brody Spring, Greg Hammond, Joe Fayen, Dan Woodle, and Wayne Becker rounding out your top 5. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your parade lap, your professional concrete IMCA SportMods. Get on up, give them a wave and a shout. Let these drivers know that you are here for them as they are here to put on a show for you each and every week. Next time off of turn 4, we are going green flag racing. It is Sean Harker and Mike Kramer, your front row. Dawson March, Austin Price, row 2, Jeff Olson, Kurt Beatty, row 3, Rusty Montang, Joe Fayen, Bill Wagner, Wayne Becker, your top 10. Green flag is out. We are underway with your Sport Mods.
And it is going to be the Shark taking a bite out of the lead right now as Sean Harker is going to lead him down into 1 and 2. Michael Kramer in second. Austin Price now going into third as Dawson March falls back to that 4th spot. However, it looks like we have the 2G of Olson. Jeff Olson now going to try and go around. And here comes Towhead, your defending track champion, last week's feature winner.
Oh, car into the wall, though. That is Joe Fayen in the 25X. Sorry to cut you off, PJ.
Oh, we got one more up there, too.
The 2X of Dylan Vanderlaan into the wall as well, making contact. Caution flag flies here at the new Raceway Park.
And I don't know if we got a lap in or not. Either the next caution or at the end of the feature, I have another big shout out I have to do because I missed it last week, so I'm not missing it this week.
As we're going to come back to the green, though, Sean Harker, the 40 car, the Shark, leads him. Green is back out 3 wide right off turn number 4 between Dawson March, Mike Kramer, and Captain Goulash, Austin Price.
I still want to know how he got that name.
Ask Jerry Van Sickle. He's the one that came up with it. Sean Harker with the race lead now in the 40 machine. Couple slow cars in turns 1 and 2 as the caution comes back out.
We got one around down at the bottom of turn 2. Looking to see who it is. Looks like that's Brian Long. Yes, indeed. That is Brian Long down there at the bottom of turn 2.
96B Brian Long sitting nose into the infield.
They have fantasy racing tracks from all over one night I actually won a fantasy racing deal from a track in Georgia. Knew nobody there, but I won.
So be sure to do that as we're going to come back to green here for your professional concrete IMCA SportMods. Sean Harker leading them back to the green flag. As Austin Price, Captain Goulash up to that 2nd place spot. Here comes Rusty Montang. Last week's A-feature winner, Tillhead, making a move.
And it looks like we have Keegan Norquist and the 7 of Wayne Becker around in turn number 2. So Rusty Montag looking to go 2 for 2 to start the title defense off. He is going to round out the top 5. Green flag will be out this time by. Parker's going to lead him off. Green flag is out from chief starter Jesse Ford. They're going to pile it down into turn number 1. It is going to, oh, Price, look at Price go. He handily went from 3rd up to 2nd. As right now looks like, oh, little contact between Michael Kramer and Price. Rusty Montag trying to go high, wide, around the outside to get around the 11 as they go down into turn 1. And caution is out. Wayne Becker and 2 other cars down there in the bottom of turn 3. I'm not sure exactly who. With the 7 of Wayne Becker, unfortunately, that's his second caution. That'll probably be it for him. Thayen also down there. It's going to get called down to a green-white checkered one-shot finish.
Still single file restart off of turn 4, this time by Sean Harker, Austin Price, Rusty Montag, Mike Kramer, Dawson March rounding out the top 5. We are back underway. Green flag racing. And a turn number 1 they go. Dawson March, 5M car to the inside of Mike Kramer. Dawson March, look at that kid go. He's greatly improved since last season, now holding his own as he battles for that 5th place spot. Harker still with a race lead. Here comes Rusty Montag to the outside of the Austin Price, the 11 car. Price a little squirrely on the bottom side. Montag pushes in 1 and 2, still side by side down the backstretch into turn 3 and 4.
As they go through turn 3, it's going to be Montag still trying to get to the outside, and the caution is out again. Not sure what turn
car at the
2.
bottom of turn 2.
And that's Brian Long again, yep.
Brian Long, 96B car.
Yeah, as much as the kid trying to get seat time last year, a lot of times he was in the back or caught up in stuff that was a rookie mistake. This year, check this out. He looked good last week too, so we'll see where he finishes. Right now, we are back under green. It's going to be Harker leading Rusty Montag down into turn 1. And last week, we saw this same thing. The Shark versus the Towhead is who's it going to be this time around. As Harker with a nice sizable lead. He's going to come out of turn 4. Austin Price tries to get underneath the T1 of Montag. Not going to happen. Montag slings it down into 1 and 2. Going to the whip, trying to catch up to the 40 of the Lincoln, Nebraska driver. And look at Dawson March. Dawson March now to the inside of the 11 of Price. That is your battle for 3rd right now. As March smoothly coming through and still side by side with Austin Price. And they're going to go down through 1 and 2. March able to get the car to rotate, gives about half a car length advantage. Price is going to snug back up side by side, going down the back stretch into turn 3. Again, March able to get the car to rotate just a little bit better than Price.
And look who's in the shadows waiting. Greg Hammond driving the 29J car. Karen is into that top 5 as well now. Sean Harker starting to check out ever so slightly from the T1 of Rusty Montag. Cross flags this time by. We are halfway down, halfway to go. Harker.
And caution, turn 2. That is going to be the 68M of Nick Miner. And unfortunately, the bad night bug continues to strike the 2X of Vanderlaan. Wow.
All right, green flag going to come back out this time by off turn number 4. Single file restart. Sean Harker, Rusty Montag, Austin Price, Dawson March, Keegan Nordquist, your top 5. Green flag is back out. We are back underway.
Conceivably the last restart before the end of the time limit if they cannot go green to checkered from here. Harker with a slight advantage coming out of turn number 2. Rusty Montag trying to build up that momentum. Montag, like he's done all night, is going to go high, wide, and around the outside, trying to drive it down the hill, trying to catch back up. Now we got Keegan Nordquist trying to get underneath the 11 of Austin Price. Right behind them, the 5M of March, and here comes Greg Hammond trying to get back into the top 5. Harker is starting to set that car on stun as he is setting sail walking away. The number 40 Speedway Motors entry from Lincoln, Nebraska. As he is going to come down out of turn number 2, Rusty Montag now falling back into the clutches of the 10N of Keegan Nordquist. Montag on the high side, Nordquist on the low side. This is the best battle on the track as we have 5 laps to go.
5 laps to go, this time by the flag stand. Sean Harker starting to extend his lead once again in the 40 car. Keegan Nordquist involved in an incident earlier, sent to the back. Now back up to third in the 10N NF1 chassis. He's going to pull side by side with Montang here going into turn 1. Montang through the middle. Nordquist rotates the car down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Montang a little bit loose off turn up to that time by. Still side by side for that second place spot as they're battling it out. Sean Harker starting to check out a little bit more. 3 laps to go. Austin Price in that 4th place spot. Greg Hammond back up to 5th in the 29J.
It is still Harker with a sizable advantage over the new second place runner, Keegan Nordquist, who finally does get around the defending track champ. 2 laps to go for Sean Harker. It's Harker, Nordquist, Montag. Then it is still the battle between Price and the 29 of Greg Hammond. Hammond now to the inside of Price as he can't quite get him cleared. Price able to pull away going down the backstretch, but as they go through 3 and 4 once again, Hammond in there, possibly a little bit of an elbow thrown from Karen to Austin Price with glove. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. Sean the Shark Harker down the backstretch into 3 and 4 one more time. Sean Harker going to avenge last week. He will take the feature victory. Keegan Nordquist pushes big time, and it is going to be Rusty Montag in second. Keegan Nordquist third. 4th at the line was Greg Hammond, which puts 5th as Austin Price. We'll send Scotty DeYoung down to get a word with the Shark, Sean Harker.
We'll talk to Sean here. Sean led every lap of that feature here in this 40 machine. What was the track like out here tonight, and what was it like to get in victory lane?
The track was smooth. There's a little bit of hole getting down into 3, but I mean, what a marathon race. Holy crap, I just wanted to get some laps and get going, get a rhythm. You could never get a rhythm built.
When you're sitting out front and you're hearing caution after caution in the receiver, what goes through your mind just to stay focused and stay patient just to get some green flag laps in?
I just focused on getting a good restart, keeping the car straight, keeping the tires, tractioned up under me. Make sure I get a good launch out of the corner, and then, get down into 1 and just be smooth, not blow through what little traction there was out there, and just keep my line and stay composed.
And with the green flag laps, you started to check out from the field. This car was hooked up tonight. Who do you have to thank for putting this car in victory lane?
First off, I got to thank my son and my dad for working on this car all the time with me. It's a family deal we do. My wife, my other son, my daughter, we love it. We race a lot, and hopefully here later this summer I got another car getting done, and I'll have my son out here too.
So once again, Sean Harker putting in victory lane. Congratulations, sir. Give it up for the Shark one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Victorious here tonight in your professional concrete IMCA SportMod A feature.